Hello, Unearthers. We are Unearthed Evidence. I'm Jen. Well,
And I'm Gina.
JL Folk on there. Sorry. This is.
Gina.
I didn't
usually go.
realize I didn't change my name from my author name to my podcast name. So I'm Jen. The J is for Jen. So, anyways, we are so excited to be back. We're so excited to bring new cases to you. We had a lot going on between the both of us. We're sorry we took so long, but hey, we're back. We're in full force, and we cannot wait to hear what you guys have to think about the new stuff that we're going to have coming out. Pardon me, I look like a wreck. Gina looks beautiful as always. I've been doing so much stuff today, it's not even funny. So while we were off, we kind of, I found a bunch of cases that I think would be really good. A lot of them are deaths, unexplained deaths. So, which is the whole point of our podcast in the first place. But this one kind of hit me because her name is Bridget Hall. And I want you to tell me what you got from her pictures that I sent you. This one was a little bit more, I don't know, it hit me a little bit harder for some reason. It was just something that was like, hey, you got to do this. So, what did you get?
Well, that's interesting because when you first sent me the pictures, when we decided to pick on this case, the first thing I got from this lady initially was that I'm like, oh my God, she was like such a loving, but almost naive human being, is what I got from her. And the first picture that I got was a picture of the house, and somebody was waiting for her to try to get in the house right when she was trying to get in. So that was the first thing that I got. So I'm not sure if they entered the house or if something happened outside the house, but I feel like she was ambushed or what have you, so to speak, right when she got home. But somebody was watching her. And what I got from this lady, there was a couple of things I picked up. I feel like this was either an ex-boyfriend or possibly an ex-husband. This was a woman who had been physically abused at some point, possibly by this person. I also feel that this was at this point an unrequited love. She either just moved or was trying to get away from this person, because I feel like she had ended that relationship and at some point had moved on with her life. Things were going, I'm just looking at my notes, things were going better for her. And for some reason, I don't know what she did for a living, but I'm picking up like taking care of people, could even be healthcare. So I don't know if she was a nurse or did anything, worked in a hospital or a healthcare setting. But I feel like, things were really going great for her. She was, going to start dating somebody else. She was working on herself, her self-esteem. She was, trying to get together. But this ex-person that just would not let go. Would not. And that's kind of what I was getting. So she either just moved or she was trying to move away because she was trying to, she was starting to look to date other people, I believe, when this happened.
Okay. No, this was from Brookhaven, Mississippi, and that's in Lincoln County. So if anybody has any information, call Lincoln County Sheriff's Department. But Bridget she was a Black female, 43 years of age, mother of 4. She was one of 12 children in her family.
Wow.
So she had a huge family. She loved to sing. People have described her as a good Christian woman. Now what had happened was
she stabbed?
No.
Okay.
There was a knock at the door.
Oh, God.
And when she opened it, she was shot.
Oh, God. Okay.
2 of her 4 children were home, according to the Vicksburg Post newspaper. 2 of her 4 children were home. Bridget's brother-in-law was booked into jail earlier because this happened on a Monday at 11:48 p.m.
Wow.
So this happened on a Monday at 11:48 p.m. And it happened July 6th of 2015. Bridget's brother-in-law excuse me. Bridget's brother-in-law was booked into jail early Tuesday morning on a homicide charge of a girl of someone by the name of Kelsey Humphrey. She was 25 and she had been murdered on Sunday. Now, Bridget did have a boyfriend. His name is Claude Montgomery. But her brother-in-law, and I don't know how, I didn't get how he was a brother-in-law. It had to have been from a prior marriage if this is her boyfriend. But the funny thing is her brother-in-law was 40 and he was released after a month. The grand jury declined to indict him on that murder of Kelsey Humphrey.
Wow.
All of the possible suspects were either dead or in prison or jail. They were in jail on other crimes as of 2018. So even 3 years later, anybody who could have possibly been involved, they're either in prison or they've already passed away. Hall's siblings thought that Hall was shot in retaliation for the Sunday night shooting of Humphrey. So I'm a little, and this is all coming from newspaper. I'm a little confused on this whole thing. Hall's family believes that people won't talk in the neighborhood because of retaliation. They're all afraid of it. Brookhaven, Mississippi is basically this tiny little town. They're very proud of their Amtrak system that runs through it. Their population is like 11,600 as of the 2020 census.
Wow.
They're about 55 miles south of Jackson, Mississippi. And the town prides itself on being a place that people visit and never leave, according to their welcome page on their website, which is brookhaven-ms.gov. As far as how much of a questionable past this place has, I don't know. I didn't research that much. But just knowing that Bridget, at 43, when she went to open her door 1:45, she was shot a few times. And they still haven't solved her murder to this day.
So I have a question. That other woman that was murdered by the so-and-so, the brother-in-law, how was she killed?
I don't know. I don't know how Kelsey was killed.
Okay. I would be curious because I'm picking up stabbed for somebody. But that's interesting. He's her brother-in-law and he's at her house. But her boyfriend?
I'm sorry?
So he was her brother-in-law, not her new boyfriend.
No, it was her brother-in-law that was booked into county jail early Tuesday morning and was accused of homicide. And the grand jury wouldn't indict, which is weird that it took him 30 days.
So was he living there with her at some point?
I don't know if he was living there or not, because it was this was just, I don't know if he was there at all. This was just coincidence that her brother-in-law was booked in early Tuesday morning.
Right.
So if he was an issue, if he might have been a suspect, he had time, because whoever this Kelsey person is, she died Sunday, Bridget died Monday.
Right. But isn't that interesting? They went after a sister-in-law. I mean, that's odd, right?
Yeah. But that's I don't know what the relationship between Kelsey Humphrey and Bridget Hall is. I don't know, because I mean, if they're friends, that's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know how weird it is, because Kelsey was 25 and Bridget was 43.
Right.
I'm in my 40s and I don't think I have any 20 some odd year old girls that are friends of mine.
Right.
Which, I mean, I'm not against it, but it's just, It's not somebody I pal around with because they're probably still partying and drinking. I can barely bend at my knees.
Right? I'm in bed by 8, 9 o'clock. It's
Exactly, honey. It's too
lights
late
are
for
out.
me. Why are you calling me at 10?
But I'm wondering that is a little bit too much of a coincidence.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is they showed up at Bridget's house at almost midnight. So maybe this brother-in-law was living there, could have been staying there possibly. But she was just shot. So I wonder if she was shot.
That's either he lives there with her or she had some kind of connection with Kelsey. I don't know what the
Yeah.
connection is and why someone chose to open the door and, or when she opened the door, just shoot instead of seeing who was there first. I understand it's a quarter to midnight. You can pretty much guess that there's not going to be a young child that's going to open the door, but you never know nowadays.
Well, what's interesting is she probably felt safe opening the door at that hour.
Yeah.
Most people, especially a woman alone with just children, open the door.
And there's only 11,000 people in that town. How
So
serious, how dangerous can it be?
And she was thinking, I probably know them. They,
Yeah, obviously you wouldn't be knocking on my door at a quarter to midnight if I don't know you.
I wonder if there's some work connection. Did they work together, her and
Yeah, and I don't know. That would be something that I would have to do some research on. And because it just seems it's too coincidental. She dies, then Bridget dies, and then brother-in-law's in jail. It's literally bam, 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 3 days in a row, But but then again, the grand jury didn't have enough evidence to convict.
Right.
Or to hand down an indictment. So the grand jury was not trying to indict him. So they had to let him go after a month.
I wonder if his situation was an unrequited love, like
maybe
something like that. But I knew Bridget had worked on her self-esteem. She was, getting herself together. She was dating, she went on with her life. She was doing really, really well. And either she just moved or she was looking to move.
So there might be a couple of different people that you're picking up from.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That can absolutely happen. So, but I keep getting to a work situation, like people met at work. So I wonder if he met this young lady at work, or they all work together at some point. I don't know.
And the unrequited love would make sense because he's in his 40s. He was 40, and she's 25. That little girl, so that would make sense. There's so much, and you can only get so much from papers. They're only allowed to put out so much. They only get so much information.
Yeah.
And, of course, neighbors aren't going to talk to the police, especially if they think it has anything to do with some kind of crazy situation where somebody could show up at my door.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to them. It's none of my business.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
That's true.
I don't know. It's right. Her kids were home.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
It is. It's nuts. And I don't get it. But if anybody's got any information, you can call the Lincoln County Sheriff's Department at 601-833-5231 or call Crime Stoppers out there. It's 601-823-0150. So if you guys have any information about Bridget Hall on Vivian Merritt Street, please call.
Yes.
It's these people just want to know. They just want a case solved. So you have anything else on it? Because some of these I'm not going to find it's a cold case. I'm not going to find a whole lot on it. And they're not going to tell me anything because it's still open.
Yeah, that's what I got. Or this person could be even a man of the cloth, like either some sort of preacher or something.
A deacon.
A religious person, yeah.
Is Mississippi part of the Bible Belt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This
Yep.
was somebody that was, a deeply religious, or somebody of the cloth that might strayed away a little bit. But
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
Or yeah, it's just I don't it pretty much most, I'll say 95% of the murders are senseless. There's a very small percentage that actually, yeah, needed to happen. And but it's more like, self-defense and stuff like that. So those fall in there. But she was a 43-year-old mom of four.
Young.
I'm older than that, but it's like she had family that loved her. And what was the point? What was the point? And just, how much death was surrounding in her family just in 2 days between that Kelsey girl, which, again, she's not part of the family. I don't know what their relationship is or who is actually having the relationship, but the stuff that you're picking up on, I wonder, now I'm going to go back and look into it, because I wonder if Kelsey is the one that's actually coming through a little bit harder than Bridget. Kelsey over there going, hey, talk to me. I'm trying to tell you something.
And there could be, a lot of times, sometimes we'll be looking at one picture and pick up one case, and there was other stuff that came through. Initially, when I first
Yeah.
looked at it, I thought that this had been some sort of workplace relationship or affair.
Mhm.
But then I got, oh no, she's a good woman, and so I was picking up two different or a bunch of different information. But I do feel like this was some sort of unrequited love thing, possibly an ex-boyfriend or
Mhm.
ex-husband. There had been some sort of, physical abuse.
Mhm.
And that could be both of these women, story to some degree.
Yeah.
But I am picking up man of the cloth, or something like that. This person. So I wonder if that girl Kelsey, her family is, they have a church, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I hope this one. I mean, we hope all of them get solved and taken care of, but I really hope that this one comes to fruition, and somebody knows something and gives a holler. It'd be great.
Yeah.
But alrighty. Well, this one was a quick one, simply because of the fact that we didn't really have too much. So as soon as we post this, it'll be June 29th. We're obviously pre-recording it. So, but June 29th, we're going to be actually working on more around the charts and what they have to say, and when we're going to post stuff. So just keep your eye open. You can find us on our website is down at the bottom, unearthedevidence.com. You can email us, which is also going to scroll. You can, oh my gosh, you can find us on YouTube. Do we? Yeah, we have a YouTube. See, it's been that long.
I used
we
to Facebook and then Reddit, right?
No, we're not. Well, I have a Reddit, but I haven't posted anything because I have to type everything out
Yeah.
on Reddit.
So just
So
YouTube and Facebook.
yeah, we have YouTube and Facebook. We also have Spotify.
Yes, Spotify.
I upload it to Spotify, the audios. But we are looking at getting more information, more cases out to you. There's, unfortunately, which is really sad, there's never a shortage. So we'll definitely see you next week. And we cannot wait to see what happens with everything and how everything plays out. So thanks for stopping in.
Bye.
Bye.